The only spiritual life you need is not to react. To be calm is the greatest asset in the world. It's the greatest siddhi, the greatest power you can have. If you can only learn to be calm, you will solve every problem. This is something you must remember. So, let's dive into the 6 tips that will help you to control your emotions and harness the power of not reacting. Number 1. Understand your emotions. Sometimes, it can feel like our emotions have a life of their own. They can be wild, strong, and difficult to control. That's why it's important to take a step back and understand your emotions. You can't control what you feel, but you can choose how you react to it. That's where self-awareness comes in. Take a moment to recognize the impact of your emotions. Are they causing you to act in a negative way towards yourself or others? Identify triggers and warning signs that lead you down that path. Once you do, try to develop self-awareness and catch yourself before you react. Look inside yourself. Are you feeling angry, jealous, disappointed, or frustrated? Knowing what you're feeling is essential to gaining control of your emotions. So remember, the first step to taking control of your emotions is understanding them. Number 2, pause and reflect on your thoughts. Before responding to any situation, it's essential to pause and reflect on your thoughts. Taking a moment to slow down your breathing and calm your mind can help you avoid immediate reactions that could be problematic. Counting to 10 or taking a deep breath can also provide an opportunity to think before speaking or acting. Another helpful tip to reflect on your thoughts is to gain perspective by considering the situation without emotion. Stepping back and analyzing the situation can help you better understand it and choose your response more wisely. You could also try journaling to get to the root of your feelings and sort out your thoughts. A more long-term reflection practice to consider is meditation. Learning to quiet your mind and focus on the present moment can give you a sense of control over your thoughts and emotions. With practice, you'll be able to create more clarity in your decision-making and cultivate a more mindful approach to life. Number 3, choose your response. When faced with a situation that triggers our emotions, our initial reaction is often to respond quickly without considering the consequences. However, it is important to take a moment to pause and reflect before choosing our response. Rejecting knee-jerk reactions is vital in gaining better control of our emotions. Instead of lashing out or immediately defending ourselves, we can choose to look at the bigger picture and decide what outcome we want to achieve. Making sure our response aligns with our values and goals is also important. By doing so, we can avoid reacting impulsively and ensure that our actions are in line with who we are and what we stand for. Communicating effectively is key when choosing our response. Using I statements instead of blaming others, speaking calmly and respectfully, and actively listening and empathizing can greatly improve the outcome of any situation. However, sometimes the best response is to remove ourselves from negative situations altogether. This could mean leaving a toxic or harmful environment or seeking support from trusted family and friends. By choosing our response carefully, we can gain better control of our emotions, improve our relationships, and become more effective problem solvers in all areas of our lives. Number 4, communicate effectively. Communication is key to healthy relationships, but it's not always easy to achieve. The way we communicate can affect the outcome of any conversation. To communicate effectively, it's important to listen actively to the other person. This means paying attention to what they say and making sure you understand their point of view. Using I statements instead of pointing fingers or blaming others can help to keep conversations respectful and productive. Speaking calmly and respectfully, even if you're feeling emotional, can help the other person feel at ease and more likely to consider your perspective. Finally, to communicate effectively, it's important to practice empathy. Try to put yourself in the other person's shoes and understand their perspective. Effective communication is a skill that takes time and practice to develop, but it's well worth the effort. By listening actively, using I statements, speaking calmly and respectfully, and showing empathy, you can improve the quality of your relationships and achieve better outcomes in your conversations. Number 5. Remove yourself from negative situations. Sometimes, negative situations can be overwhelming and cause us to react badly. In such situations, it is advisable to remove ourselves from the situation, if possible. Walking away from a negative situation doesn't mean we're giving up or admitting defeat. It means that we're trying to protect our emotions and mental health. We can choose to take deep breaths, close our eyes, and count to 10, or even take a short walk to release our frustration. If a situation is getting out of hand, there is no shame in asking for help. Talking with a trusted friend, counselor, or therapist can give us clarity and a new perspective on the situation. Sometimes what we need is a break to clear our thoughts, calm our minds, and find our inner peace. This can be done through meditation, yoga, or other calming activities. Remember that it is okay to prioritize your emotional well-being above all else. Number 6. Develop emotional resilience. Developing emotional resilience involves adopting a growth mindset to build your capacity to cope with stressors and challenges. First, practice self-care activities like getting enough sleep, eating a healthy diet, and exercising regularly to give your mind and body the fuel it needs to operate at its best. Secondly, build a support network of positive-minded people and seek support when you need it. Thirdly, remember that setbacks and challenges are steps on the path to growth. Learn from them instead of being discouraged by them. Fourthly, avoid negative self-talk or catastrophic ing. Instead, practice positive self-talk and healthy self-esteem building habits. Finally, remember to give yourself a break when you need one. It's okay to take a break if you feel overwhelmed. By following these tips, you will strengthen your ability to cope with any challenging situation that comes your way and maintain your emotional resilience. Remembering to practice emotional resilience on a daily basis can be difficult, but with time and practice, it will become a natural habit. We hope these tips have helped you understand the power of not reacting and how to better control your emotions. Remember, it's okay to feel emotions, but it's important to know how to respond to them in a healthy way.